Hey there, here are some extra ones that are a little more challenging. You know, because I come across fun questions when I'm looking up or making up questions, and this is some good stuff. Give it a shot. Try it. Don't just do, I can't do it. Give it a shot. Try it. Do what you know. All right. So we got a simple interest rate, and we got 10 years. Now it says find the simple. This looks like a question there's like no way I could possibly do. But let's go through it anyway. A equals P equals I equals N. All right, what do we know? Out. 10 years. Boop. Okay. That goes there. It says find the simple interest rate. So what's weird is the fact we don't have a principal or an amount at the end. Easiest choice, make one up. Because what we do have, we want to know if the principals, we want to make the principal double. So pick a number. Let's do 100 because it's easy. Okay, so if that's what I started with, how much is it when it doubles? Yeah, of course, it's like 200. So now, ta, your question set up. I don't like the way my camera's sitting. There, the question set up. Now you can do it. But you had to realize that you had to do the double. And the truth is, I'm not going to do the math, but if you picked two other numbers, it would still work out exactly the same. Okay, so 200 is equal to 100 plus 100 times interest, which I don't know, times 10. So 200 is equal to 100 plus 1,000 I, right? We're going to multiply this and this together. Now let's subtract. And that's going to give me 100. And that disappears. Just to 1,000 I divided by 1,000. 5,000. And 100 divided by 1,000 should be 0.1, but I want to check. Okay, I can't believe I just did it on my calculator. Okay, so 0.1 is equal to I. And remember, go times 100. So 10% is equal to I. Now, just want to show you something. What if you chose different numbers? So let's say you said A is equal to, or P. Let's make P 250. Make this 500. You're still doubling. I still don't know. N is equal to 10. I want to see if this actually works out the same, because it should give us the same number no matter what. And by the way, if you're doing this as part of a test, you wouldn't have to do it twice. I'm just proving a point today. And I'm going to have to write really small. So 500 is equal to 250 plus 250 times I times 10. So 500 is equal to 250 plus 2,500. Right, I went this one times this one. So 500, oops. Let's move the 250 over. So subtract 250, subtract 250. That's going to give me 250 is equal to 2,500 I. Let's divide just like we did before. And 250, oops, much my glare. Divide by 2,500 is 0.1 again. So same answer, no matter which way we did it. So watch for that. If you're ever given some kind of a question that says it's going to double or triple or half as much or something like that, and they don't give you any numbers at all, then put in your own. It's better than going, I can't do it, right? Give it a shot. Always, always, always try. All right, let's look at the next one. If a sum of money produces, ooh, this is my interest. And this is kind of weird. 3 years, 3 months, 16% per year. What was the principal? There's a small part of me that wants to just pause the video, do this on a square, scrap paper, and then come back to it. But I'm going to give it a shot. So live. Well, what do we know? First of all, we know interest. So 16% divided by 100 is going to be 0.16. All right, now this is weird. 3 years, 3 months. Whoops, I lost an H there. Sorry. We can't use this. We need to convert that all into years because the formulas that we use at this point, everything is in years. So there's 3 months out of 12. So 3 divided by 12. Oops. 3 divided by 12 should be 0.25. So n is equal to 3.25. Now, the trick here, is that's my interest that I get. Oh, you got to know right now, I'm really thinking I want to just turn off the video. I'm going to cheat a little bit and use a formula that we don't usually use. And then I think I will turn it off and see if there's a way to use the formula we normally use. Does that make sense? Okay. At the beginning, and you guys know from this formula, this part here is always the interest part, right? Because it's principal plus the extra step. So if we use that, I'm making up my own formula, one that I don't use, P-I-N. So we know we have $3,900 worth of interest is equal to my principal, which I don't know, times my interest, which is 0.16, times 3.25. 3,900 is equal to the principal. Oops, let's put that at the back. Let's do the multiplication. 0.16 times 3.25. 0.16 times 3.25. Yeah, 0.52 times P. So we are going to divide this side by 0.52. Oh yeah, we're okay. 0.52. So P, 3,900 divided by 0.52 is going to give us $7,500. I seriously am going to pause the video for a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I'd come up with this really cool thing. All right, so here's my theory. Probably won't get one like this on the test, by the way. If we start with our formula, A is equal to P plus PIN, which we know. But we also know from before the amount at the end, A is equal to P plus interest you earn. Nah, I won't write that. We know this part is the interest. So A is equal to P plus, it earned $3,900. So I'm going to do something crazy and do the substitution thing. So I'm going to take this P plus 3,900 and put it over here. It's called substitution. We haven't done a whole, okay, I don't know if we've ever done it this year, but it's a way to do math. So instead of writing, we did some close to the geometry stuff when we started substituting. So this, I'm writing there, and then I'm going to write P plus PIN. So I just brought down this half. So this went there. Now if I look at that, I can cross these off because I'm going to subtract one P from both sides. And then essentially we have this formula over here. So I don't know that I really gained anything and I made it more complicated. So I guess it's important for you to know that part, that the PIN is the interest earned. I'll leave that question. All right. Now, number 3, if the sum of money amounts to $6,000 in 2 years and $7,400 in 3 years, under simple interest, find the principal. Well, I look at this and go, in 1 year, not sure there's a formula for this yet. This might just be a reasoning. There was $7,400 in 3 years minus $6,200 in 1 year. So 7,400 minus 6,200. Okay. $1,200 in interest. So year 3, 7,400 minus the 1,200 gives us a 6,200. That's the end of year 2, year 3. Year 2. Okay. Well, if we want to get to year 1, the end of the first year, we're going to subtract another 1,200. So 6,200 minus 1,200, that should be 5,000. And then if we want to get to year 0, which would be our principal, minus 1,200 again. I'm not 100% sure how to do that using the formula. So occasionally, you might have to just use reasoning. And I might come back later and do an extra video if I can figure out how to do this one using the formula. Okay, so at the bottom of the page here, you don't have to do these, but if you want some extra practice, there's some extra ones here that have answers, plus the Rudolph Academy. There's a bunch of worksheets there too. You can never have too much practice. If you have got this now, then maybe just before your test, do some of these, or maybe for your midterm or before your final. Have a wonderful day.